Hello everybody. Here's a short clip of the movie I'm going to be talking about today. Enjoy.
Connie, come here. I want to take a picture of Connie and his mother.
No, I'll tell you what. Let's get the three men in there, and I'll take a picture of you.
Connie, move in a little closer to your mother. Okay? Prize winner.
Yeah, that's great.
Portrait.
That is great.
Do it.
Page 1, Lake Forester.
Isn't it, Mother? Yes, it's I love it. Yeah.
Sure didn't call.
Calvin.
Hold it. Connie, smile.
Calvin.
Just a second. Smile.
Calvin, give me the camera.
No, I didn't get it yet, Beth.
Come on, give me the camera.
Dad, give her the camera.
I want a really good picture of the two of you, okay?
No, but I really want to get a shot of the three of you men. Give me the camera, Calvin,
Not
please.
until I get a picture of the two of you.
Cal.
Hang on a second.
Give her the goddamn camera!
This movie, like I said, is one of my favorite movies. From 1980, it was directed by Robert Redford, and it's called Ordinary People. This movie stars Donald Sutherland, Mary Tyler Moore, Judd Hirsch, and Timothy Hutton. It also has Maureen McGovern, I think is her name. Let me look on the... I want to make sure here. Elizabeth McGovern. I wanted to get that right. She has always been, back in that day, I always thought she was so cute. She was also in Three Men, or what was it? The one with Kevin Bacon. She's having a baby. She played his wife in that movie. I always liked Elizabeth McGovern. But this movie... it's a 1980 drama. It was actually the directorial debut of Robert Redford. The story concerns the disintegration of an upper middle class family in Lake Forest, Illinois, following the death of one of their sons in a boating accident. The film received 6 Academy Award nominations and won 4. It won the Academy Award for Best Picture, Best Director for Robert Redford, and Adapted Screenplay for Sargent, because it was written by Alvin Sargent. And it also won Supporting Actor for Timothy Hutton. It won 5 Golden Globes, Best Motion Picture, Drama, Best Director, Best Actress in a Drama for Mary Tyler Moore, Best Supporting Actor for Timothy Hutton, and Best Screenplay, again, for Sargent. Now, I thought Timothy Hutton was amazing in this movie. Everybody was so good in this movie. I gotta tell you right off the bat, though, this is not a feel-good movie at all. But if you like, it's real. It's real. But if you like good acting and good directing and a good story and everything, I highly, highly recommend Ordinary People. It's one of my favorite movies. I saw it at the theater probably 3 or 4 different times. When I was just out of high school, on the weekends, a lot of times, I would go to the movie theater at noon. Then I'd go stay and watch another movie at 2, another one at 4. Then I'd go with my friends that night. It wasn't unusual for me to see 4 or 5 movies in a day when I was in high school and just out of high school on the weekends. Okay, right now I'm going to get into a little bit of spoilers on this, so you should check out the movie though. I don't know, I'm sure you can get it on Amazon, not on Prime. I'm not sure on Prime. It might be on Prime. But I don't think it would be a very hard movie to find. But I would give it a 10 out of 10. Because there's really nothing wrong with this movie, in my opinion. Mary Tyler Moore, her character is such a bitch in this movie. She really is. Anyways, here come the spoilers. and I'm going to read the plot for you. The Jarretts are an upper middle-class family in suburban Chicago, trying to return to normal life after the death of one of their teenage sons and the attempted suicide of their surviving son, Conrad, played by Timothy Hutton. Conrad has recently returned home from a 4-month stay in a psychiatric hospital. He feels alienated from his friends and family and begins seeing a psychiatrist, Dr. Berger, played by Judd Hirsch. Berger learns that Conrad was involved in a sailing accident in which his older brother, Buck, whom everyone idolized, died. Conrad now deals with post-traumatic stress disorder and survivor's guilt. Conrad's father, Calvin, played by Donald Sutherland, tries to connect with his surviving son and understand his wife. Conrad's mother, Beth, played by Mary Tyler Moore, denies her loss, hoping to maintain her composure and restore her family to what it once was. She appears to have loved her older son more, though perhaps more than what he represented, and because of the suicide attempt, has grown cold toward Conrad. She's determined to maintain the appearance of perfection and normalcy. Conrad works with Dr. Berger and learns to try to deal with, rather than control, his emotions. He starts dating a fellow student, Janine, played by Elizabeth McGovern, who helps him to begin to regain a sense of optimism. Conrad, however, still struggles to communicate and reestablish a normal relationship with his parents and schoolmates, including Stillman, played by Adam Baldwin, with whom he gets into a fist fight. He cannot seem to allow anyone, especially Beth, to get close. Beth makes several constrained attempts to appeal to Conrad for some semblance of normality, but she ends up being cold and unaffectionate towards him. She is consistently more interested in getting back to normal than in helping her son heal. Mother and son often argue, while Calvin tries to referee, generally taking Conrad's side, and he should be taking Conrad's side, for fear of pushing him over the edge again. Things come to a climax near Christmas when Conrad becomes furious at Beth for not wanting to take a photo with him, swearing at her in front of his grandparents. Afterward, Beth discovers Conrad has been lying about his after-school whereabouts. This leads to a heated argument between Conrad and Beth, in which Conrad points out that Beth never visited him in the hospital, saying that she would have come if Buck was in the hospital. Beth replies, Buck never would have been in the hospital. Beth and Calvin take a trip to see Beth's brother in Houston, where Calvin confronts Beth, calling her out on her attitude. Conrad suffers a setback when he learns that Karen, a friend of his from the psychiatric hospital, has committed suicide. A cathartic break session with Dr. Berger allows Conrad to stop blaming himself for Buck's death and accept his mother's frailties. Calvin, however, emotionally confronts Beth one last time. He questions their love and asks whether she is capable of truly loving anyone. Stunned, Beth decides to leave her family rather than deal with her own or their emotions. Conrad awakens as his mother is leaving in a taxi and goes downstairs to find his father in the backyard alone. After consoling each other, Calvin and Conrad are left to come to terms with their new family situation. It's a really sad movie, but the ending, I totally think they did the right thing. So if you ever get a chance, it's from 1980, Ordinary People. Awesome, awesome movie. And I will see you next time.